back to another video, and today we are going to be doing another race with the Pennsylvania Railroad S1 versus the New York Central J3A Dreyfuss Hudson. Watch the channel but just aren't subscribed, so if you could subscribe that would be great, and let's get to the race. Alright, and here we are. I also want to mention I wanted to actually do two races. I want to do a race with just engines like we have here, and then we'll start over and we'll do a race with their associated trains. So with the New York Central Hudson, we will pull the 20th Century Limited, and then with the S1 we'll pull the Pennsylvania Railroad Broad. But let's get started. Here they go. Up too fast. So far the Hudson's in the lead, but the S1 will eventually catch up probably. Theoretically, it caught up with the GG1 in the last video, so I'm pretty confident it can catch up to the Hudson, but I don't know. The Hudson, I think, can go slightly faster. I'm pretty sure. No, I don't think I did ever do a video with the Hudson, the GG1. Maybe I should make that video in the future. But, let's see. Let's watch the S1 again because I just love this engine so much. I mean, I like the Hudson, the New York Central Dreyfuss Hudson too. I think it's pretty cool. But I just love the wheel configuration of the S1, how massive, large it is. I think it's just so cool. No, why am I putting the brakes on instead of the throttle? It's crazy how enormous this thing is. In the future, I want to do a race with Big Boy versus it, and if you compare the two, in game at least, that they are very different sizes. Because I think Big Boy with its tender only goes about to like 2/3 of the way down to tender, or like, yeah, depending on how you position it. But Big Boy with its tender is shorter than the S1. You know, the S1's going 100 miles an hour. Don't know where the Hudson is, but we'll eventually catch up to it. Yeah, it's way up here, but I suspect we'll catch up to it pretty quick now, considering we're running light engine. I'm very curious to see how they run with cars behind them. So that'll be very interesting. This engine has interesting history and had a lot of issues. I suppose that's why it was only a prototype, and there was only one of these things. They had to scrap it, or they had to scrap it. I mean, this thing only lasted a decade and was only in service for 6 out of those 10 years. And I think for the first couple of years it just pulled it special excursions. I think it wasn't until like 1940 that it actually started pulling the Broadway Limited, and they only did that until 1946. And it could only pull between certain parts of the railroad. It couldn't go the whole Broadway Limited route, so usually it would have to get pulled by T1s or K4s, GG1s, until it got to the portion of the route where the S1 could pull the train. But I I would imagine it was kind of a rare sighting, considering there's only one of those, and it was a daily train. Wonder where that Hudson is. Ah, there it is. Kind of figured if I zoomed in, I could see it. So it's up there. Actually curious. Let's go see how fast it's going. See in a minute. S1. Oh, too slow. Yeah, so Hudson seems to be going only about 120, 150 miles an hour. That's light engine. No, it's going even slower than that. So it seems to be going about 105. Which if, yeah, there's the S1 already, man. That thing took no time waiting to catch up with the Hudson. My goodness, I wish. I mean, could you imagine seeing this thing in real life just going way past you at over 100 miles an hour? That would be crazy, you know? Oh, I'll see you later, Hudson. I mean, I'm pretty sure the GG1 race was closer than this. It's crazy. Coming up on the end of the race here now. But, video isn't quite over yet, since we're going to be doing the other race, which will be very interesting. It'll kind of be at a disadvantage to the Hudson, because the Hudson's so much smaller and the Hudson pulls a longer train. But also the initial start of the S1 takes so long. It'll be interesting to see. Although I think the S1 will end up winning both of the races. But we'll have to find out pretty quick. Oh, well, the Hudson's not far behind the S1 either, though. And the S1 has stopped, and here comes the Hudson not far back. It's very interesting how close these races have been with the S1, because even though the S1 is faster, it takes so long to catch up. It just barely goes fast enough to catch up to the train and or the locomotive, and then get there to the finish before it. But because it takes so long to get moving, the other engine isn't that far behind it by the time it gets to the finish line, and so it actually ends up being quite close races. But now let's get to that actual train race with some cars. Alright, and here we are back. I have the train set up, and as you can see, the New York Central Hudson is quite a bit longer than the S1. That's just because that's how the trains are set. But let's get started and see how this race ends up. Alright, so still seems like the Hudson has the advantage here. So, honestly, not a lot has changed, it seems like. Although it is taking a lot longer to get up to speed, considering how long the train is. There goes the Hudson. But we'll catch up to it in a little bit. I want to keep watching the S1 a bit more as it gets up to speed. Because I would assume it will still catch up for being a more powerful steam locomotive and having a slightly shorter train. Its acceleration's just bad, that's all. Although it do be going pretty slow right now. But I would imagine that'll change as time goes on. But let's go look for the Hudson, since we've kind of already watched the S1. Alright, so it seems to be doing about 100. Actually, that's faster than I thought it would do, pulling all these cars. Thought it would be doing more like 70. I don't know. Maybe the Hudson does have a chance. So sad that they scrapped all of these. But from what I've heard about the New York Central back in the day, once diesels came along, they were not hesitant to get rid of all their steam engines and switch to diesels and electrics because I suppose they thought that was more modern. But, you know, there were still lots of people out there that love steam engines, I'm sure. But, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't as exciting as it is these days, since they were just so common back then. But who knows? I doubt any of you guys were alive back in the 40s when these things were common to see. And I definitely was not. Otherwise, I would probably be a time traveler, which I am not, unfortunately. Although I do wish sometimes I was alive back in these days and got to enjoy the benefits and features of these trains. Surprised the S1 hasn't caught up to us yet. Considering this thing was pulling so many coaches and such a small locomotive compared to the S1. The S1's pulling not as many coaches. I suppose I should clarify, this train has 16 cars, and the other train only has 14. So, I kind of figured the S1 would have passed it by now, but apparently not. Good looking paint scheme, though. You gotta admit that. We'll let this go by. Let's see how long it takes for the S1 to show up. Oh, hello. Here we go. Oops, I suddenly blew the horn. This thing's going at a top speed. At least with this train, I've managed to get it to go. But I don't think it's enough, because I'm pretty sure the Hudson's probably already at the finish line. So wow, the Hudson actually beat the S1 with coaches, even though it's got a longer train. 2 less pistons and 2 less drivers. I am really surprised that the Hudson beat it. Yep, here the Hudson is at the finish line. That is crazy. I did not expect it to win. With this many coaches. That is insane to me. Oh, and there it is. Now it's showing up. It's about time, S1. Bit late to the party, I gotta say. So for all the people that said the Hudson had an unfair advantage, it just won. So I feel like you don't have a good argument at that point if you said that Hudson wasn't going to win because it had too many coaches. Because it just very much just did win. Now, I don't know the weight of these coaches. It's possible the S1 was pulling a heavier train. But it's still kind of crazy considering the S1 should be more powerful. But, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my channel and its content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.